Now we are going to start with our new chapter number 11, that is sulfuric acid. You all know the formula of sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4, molecular mass is 98. Sulfuric acid was known as king of chemical, is known as king of chemicals. Why it is known as king of chemicals? Because there is no other chemical compound used in such a large quantity and it is being manufactured, right? Because it is being used in such a large quantity and is being manufactured. Previous age, it was made from oil, green vitriol, that is FeSO4.7H2O, by heating it, forming Fe2O3, SO2, and water. This sulfur trioxide get dissolved in a water to get sulfuric acid. At that time, sulfuric acid was formed as oily viscous liquid. That is why it is known as oil of vitriol. It is also known as oil of vitriol, right? Next, sulfuric acid can be found in two states, either in a combined state or in a free state. Free state, it is found in certain mineral spring, and it is formed by the action of certain sulfide. And combined state, it is found in so many chemical compound. You can read it. Next one, preparation of sulfuric acid. There is no specific lab preparation of sulfuric acid. It is here only preparation of sulfuric acid. How can you prepare? First, by the oxidation of aqueous solution of sulfur dioxide with oxygen, chlorine or bromine. Oxidation of aqueous solution. Aqueous solution, that means sulfur dioxide with sulfur dioxide, water will also be there. With water, oxygen, chlorine and bromine will be there. What it is going to form? Sulfuric acid. These all three reactions you have to learn. Sulfur dioxide, water plus oxygen, what it is forming? Sulfuric acid. Sulfur dioxide, water plus chlorine, what it is forming? Sulfuric acid plus HCl. Sulfur dioxide, water and bromine, what it is forming? Sulfuric acid and HBr. These reactions you have to learn. Second one is sulfur with concentrated nitric acid. This reaction we have done in there in acid base and salt also, there in nitric acid also, now in sulfuric acid. So this is our volatile acid, this is our non-volatile acid. So question can also become ki prepare non-volatile acid from volatile acid. Alright, so sulfur plus HNO3. HNO3 is strong oxidizing agent, as you all know. In our last chapter we have learned HNO3 is strong oxidizing agent. It will oxidize, forming sulfuric acid. Here's nitric acid used is concentrated. So you all know, when concentrated acid break down, so it will give nascent oxygen, which is used as an oxidizing agent. Together with this, what else release? Nitrogen dioxide and water. Because now this reaction is how you can balance it. So there is a trick I told you in chapter number 3 trick. Sulfur is there. Sulfur के outermost shell में there are 6 electrons. That is why we have written 6. Now balance it. Alright. Next, third one, by dissolving sulfuryl chloride. Sulfuryl chloride is SO2, Cl2 and water, forming H2SO4 and HCl. So these all three reactions you have to learn. Now, process of manufacturing of ammonia at a large scale in the industry is known as Haber's process. Process of manufacturing of nitric acid on a large scale is called as Ostwald process. Now, process of manufacturing of sulfuric acid is known as contact process. This is called as contact process. There so many things are given in the contact process, like process ki how it is being prepared, pura industries ka setup and all is given, but we don't have to learn those setup and all. We only need to learn the steps together with their reactions and what are the conditions. Except this, we don't need to learn anything, because in our class 10th nothing is being asked except reaction, condition and steps. Alright, so there are various steps in a contact process. First one is production of sulfur dioxide. So how can we prepare sulfur dioxide? For this we can use S plus O2 SO2 also. Simple, S plus O2 SO2. Or we can use iron pyrite. What is iron pyrite? FeS2. React it with oxygen. What it is going to form? Fe2O3 and SO2. Fe2O3 and SO2. So this is our first step. In this we have to learn only these two reaction. That first step is production of sulfur dioxide. What is production of sulfur dioxide? Ki we have to produce sulfur dioxide by reacting sulfur with oxygen, or iron pyrite react with oxygen. Alright. Now next step is purification. That purification we don't need to learn, but the thing is ki why we need to question comes ki why we need to purify the gases and all. So why we need to purify the gases? Because if we will not purify it, then it will get poisoned, because here in a third process, in a third step, we are using this vanadium pentaoxide, that is catalyst. To catalyst will get poisoned, catalyst will get destroyed, reaction further proceed नहीं होगा. So हम लोगों को ये we don't need to learn this step, how the purification is done. We have to learn why the purification is done. So why the purification is done? Purification is done because if we will not purify the gas, that is SO2, the vanadium pentaoxide, that is catalyst, get destroyed or poisoned, due to which further reaction will not proceed. Second step is catalytic oxidation of sulfur dioxide. Catalytic oxidation of sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide oxidation है, then oxygen. Catalyst we are using here V2O5. Temperature we are giving 450. What it is forming? SO3. What it is forming? SO3, that is sulfur trioxide. Right? Now third step, absorption of sulfur trioxide in sulfuric acid. Now SO3 is going to react with H2SO4 itself. पहले से ही बना हुआ H2SO4 we will use, and it will form oleum. What is the formula of oleum? H2S2O7, that is pyrosulfuric acid. Now why have we used this step? SO3 को directly we can dissolve in a water and we can get sulfuric acid. But why we have dissolved it in sulfuric acid first? Why we have dissolved? So sulfur trioxide doesn't dissolve in a water satisfactorily and gives lot of heat and form misty droplets of sulfuric acid and is not directly absorbed in a water. Alright, because sulfur trioxide doesn't dissolve in a water properly. Sulfur trioxide doesn't dissolve in a water properly and form misty droplets. The proper way it will not dissolve and form misty droplets of sulfuric acid. So it will not form proper sulfuric acid. That is why firstly we have to absorb it in a sulfuric acid itself, which is forming H2S2O7, that is oleum. Now this oleum will get diluted. इसमें हम water डालेंगे and it will form H2SO4. Alright. Now see, favorable condition of SO2 or SO3 in a contact process. First one, exothermic reaction is favored at low temperature, because this reaction is exothermic. So temperature should be low. Always remember, when reaction is exothermic, temperature used should be low. Low, that doesn't mean below 100. But it is not so much above 500, so much above 600, like that. So temperature is optimum temperature uses 410 to 450. Next, high pressure favors the reaction because product formed has less volume than reactant. How? Less volume than reactant, but acid resistant tar which are able to withstand high pressure are difficult to build, hence pressure of 1 or 2 atmosphere is used. So you have to learn ki high pressure favors the reaction, but they are not able to withstand that pressure. The tars used in this process will not be able to withstand the pressure. That is why 1 or 2 atmosphere is used. Next one, excess of oxygen. Why excess of oxygen? Because this increases the production of sulfur trioxide. More the amount of sulfur trioxide form, more the amount of sulfuric acid will form. Suitable catalyst. So platinum also we can use, or vanadium pentaoxide we can use. Two catalysts we can use, but we are using vanadium pentaoxide. Why we are using vanadium pentaoxide? Because platinum is more expensive and is also get poisoned by impurities like arsenic oxide, very easily. As I told you, after first step we purify the gas. Now why we purify the gas? Because catalyst can poison. Catalyst can poison. So platinum has a more tendency to get poisoned. That is why we are using vanadium pentoxide, and also platinum is very expensive. All right. Now, physical properties of sulfuric acid. What are the physical properties? That it is colorless, odorless, sour in taste, it is dense, hygroscopic. Hygroscopic, that means it can absorb moisture. Boiling point, melting point is given. Solubility, it is soluble in all proportion in water. Conductivity, pure acid, almost non-conductor of electricity. And dilute acid is a good conductor because उसमें more amount of hydronium ion we can find. Pure acid means concentrated acid, only and only acid. So only and only acid, hydronium ion will not be so much amount, because उनके बीच का bond break जल्दी नहीं होगा, because water we have not added. Constant boiling mixture, so it form constant boiling mixture at 338 degrees Celsius, and at that time its concentration is 98.5. Psychological nature, concentrated acid is highly corrosive in nature and chars the skin black. Now come to the chemical properties. Like pure 100% H2SO4 hydrogen sulfate is not an acid, but it doesn't ionize. Remember, concentrated acid is not considered acid. Mark my words. Concentrated acid is not considered as an acid because the bond between them cannot break down. Hydronium ion will not be able to release. As we add water to acid, then that water force those hydrogen bond to break down. That is why then it is considered as acid. So concentrated acid, this you will get it clear in a chapter electrolysis, which is our next chapter. So when we will study the electrolysis, you will be able to understand this point. First, listen, concentrated acid is not an acid because it doesn't have hydronium ion. Free hydronium ion it have, but hydrogen ion it have, but free hydronium ion it doesn't have. So dilute acid, when we add water, then water will force that hydrogen ion to break down, forming hydronium ion. Then it is considered as acid. Sulfuric acid, when dissolved in a water, form hydronium ion and show acidic property, because sulfuric acid has 2 hydrogen ion. That is why it break down in 2 step and 2 hydronium ion is released. That means it is dibasic. The chemical property of sulfuric acid. Chemical property of any acid depends whether it is it is dilute or it is concentrated. When dilute acid is there, then it will show all the properties of acid. When dilute acid is there, it will show all the properties of acid. But when concentrated acid is there, it will not show the property of acid. Just go back to your pages and see. When nitric acid we have learned, we have used only dilute, then only it was forming acid base and when acid and base reacts, forming salt in water, carbon dioxide gas release, sulfur dioxide gas release, it was being released by only dilute acid, not concentrated acid. Just go through the last pages and see there also. Now, dilution of H2SO4. How we do dilution? Water is never poured on the acid to dilute it, as large amount of heat is evolved which change the poured water to steam. If you add water to the dilute acid, then large amount of heat is released. Suppose that suppose that you have you have a oil. Kitchen में you have oil, you have kept the oil in a कढ़ाई and heated it strongly. ठीक है, अब तेल वो गर्म हो गया, then you have added water to it, then what happened? आवाज़ आती है सूसू करके, मतलब ऐसा लगता है कि वो तेल हमारे ऊपर ही आ जाएगा. Why? Because we have added water to that oil and it has released so much amount of heat, right? Similarly here, water if we poured on the acid, large amount of heat will evolve and bursting of acid. Bursting will take place, and due to which the small droplets of that acid can come on you also. That is why we should never pour water to the acid. We should pour acid to the water. The steam so formed cause spurting of acid, which can cause burn injuries. So dilution is done by pouring acid on a given amount of water in a controlled manner by continuous stirring. Else acid being heavier will settle down and evolved heat is dissipated in a water itself, and hence spurting of acid is minimized. All right, just you have to learn one thing, कि water is never poured on acid. Why water is never poured on acid to dilute it? Because large amount of heat is released, due to which spurting of acid can take place and droplet of acid can come on you. So we will add acid to the water by continuous stirring to make it dilute. Now, property of dilute sulfuric acid. So dilute sulfuric acid will show all the property of acid, like metal react with dilute acid forming hydrogen, like base react with acid forming salt and water. These reaction I've explained so many times, that is why I'm not explaining it here. Now, carbonate or any carbonate or bicarbonate when react with dilute acid, what release? Brisk effervescence of carbon dioxide. When any sulfide react with H2SO4, dilute H2SO4, what it is going to release? Hydrogen sulfide. When any sulfite or bisulfite react with dilute acid, what it is going to release? Sulfur dioxide. Alright. Now, what are the properties of concentrated sulfuric acid? So these acidic property will never be shown by concentrated acid, and whatever the property is shown by concentrated acid will never be shown by dilute acid. Alright. Now, property of concentrated acid. Sulfuric acid is non-volatile acid. So first, non-volatile acid it is. That is why we were using it for making volatile acid. Like HCl maybe we have used, HNO3 maybe we have used, right? To see NaCl react with H2SO4. तो यहाँ पर कौन सा यूज हुआ था? कंसनट्रेटेड. बिलो 200 डिग्री सेल्सियस इट फॉर्म NaHSO4 एंड HCl. Remember. Similarly, NaNO3 react with H2SO4, that is concentrated, forming NaHSO4 and HNO3. Here also reaction took place below 200 degrees Celsius. So it is its non-volatile nature. That is why we are using H2SO4 to form volatile acid. Next, H2SO4 is also oxidizing agent. The oxidizing property of concentrated sulfuric acid is due to the fact that thermal decomposition it yield nascent oxygen. So when we will decompose it, what it is going to form? H2SO4, SO2 and O, right? So it react with copper. So it react with non-metals. Non-metals में किसके साथ? कार्बन, सल्फर, फॉस्फोरस. ठीक, कार्बन it reacting, forming carbon dioxide, water and sulfur dioxide. With sulfur it is reacting, forming sulfur dioxide and water. With phosphorus it was reacting, forming phosphoric acid, water and sulfur dioxide. It can also react with metals. See, copper के साथ H2SO4 अगर dilute we will use, it will never react. But if we use concentrated, it is reacting. Why it is reacting? Because it is oxidizing agent. It oxidize the hydrogen released to the water. So sulfur, and together with this, what else is going to release? Sulfur dioxide and sulfate it is going to form. Understood? Zinc plus H2SO4 forming ZnSO4. अब यहाँ पर आपने देखा कि it is H2SO4 is breaking down in water, sulfur dioxide and oxygen. This oxygen is acting as an oxidizing agent, means this oxygen is oxidizing and rest all is releasing. To see here, it is forming ZnSO4, water and sulfur dioxide. It is not so कि पहले hydrogen release होगा then वो water में change होगा. No, because it is oxidizing agent, तो it oxidize within the reaction only, right? That is why यहाँ पर कोई भी rule of that कि metal placed below hydrogen cannot be displaced, कोई भी ऐसा rule follow break नहीं हो रहा. All right. Next one, inorganic compound, HBr and H2S. Very very important reaction. बहुत ही कम reaction है in this chapter, but all reactions are very important. HBr reacts with H2SO4 forming Br2, water and sulfur dioxide. H2S reacts with H2SO4 forming sulfur, water and sulfur dioxide. Now note, sulfur dioxide gas is oxidizing as well as reducing agent. It also shows temporarily bleaching property due to its reducing nature in the presence of moisture. So sulfur dioxide, remember sulfur dioxide is oxidizing as well as reducing agent. But it show temporary bleaching. Why it show temporary bleaching? Because in the presence of moisture, it is acting as a reducing agent. कैसे? Sulfur dioxide, water, moisture forming H2SO4 and nascent hydrogen. So now this colored material, whatever colored material we have taken, react with this nascent hydrogen, and it form colorless product. And when this colorless material reacts with oxygen present in air, it will regain its color. So it is showing temporary bleaching. क्यों it is showing temporary bleaching? Because it release nascent hydrogen when it reacts with moisture, and this nascent hydrogen will convert colorless product into a colored material again. Bleaching means understanding. Bleaching means removal of color. Next one, as a dehydrating agent. What do you mean by dehydrating agent? That it can remove moisture. Now see here, HCOOH, concentrated H2SO4. This hydrogen, water का formula क्या होता है? H2O. This hydrogen and this oxygen निकल आया. क्या बचा? H2O निकल आया. हमारे पास बचा क्या? CO only. COOH, C double whole twice है ना. तो its form will be COOH, single bond COOH. हमें क्या निकालना है? वाटर. तो यहाँ से हाइड्रोजन और यहाँ से OH निकल जाएगा. बचेगा क्या? वाटर निकल गया. बचा हमारे पास क्या? CO2 एंड CO. ठीक. C2H5OH. तो यहाँ पर एक हाइड्रोजन निकला, तो यहाँ कितने हाइड्रोजन बचे? 4. और यहाँ से OH. ठीक है. यहाँ से एक हाइड्रोजन निकला तो कितने हाइड्रोजन बचे? 4. HOH बन के क्या मिल गया? वाटर. और हमारे पास बचा क्या? C2H4. एंड दिस रिएक्शन टेक प्लेस एट 170 डिग्री Celsius. Remember this reaction, and this reaction is taking place at 170 degree Celsius. Similarly here in this glucose also, this hydrogen and oxygen forming water, though this hydrogen and oxygen fully remove out forming 6H2O, or what else is releasing? Carbon. Sugar में भी करेंगे तो this full H and O will release out forming water and sugar charcoal. All right, so these are the properties. See, concentrated H2SO4 reacts with skin to give blisters. Why it gives blister? Because of removal of water, moisture आपके skin से निकल जाएगा and charge the skin black. Concentrated sulfuric acid remove water of crystallization also. वाटर रिमूव करना ही है, तो यहाँ पर भी वाटर इज देयर, तो ये वाटर विल गेट रिमूव. इट इज़ ब्लू क्रिस्टल एंड इट विल टर्न इनटू अ डर्टी वाइट पाउडर. ऑल राइट, बाय द एडिशन ऑफ सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड. नेक्स्ट, preparation of insoluble sulfate. Sulfuric acid precipitate the insoluble sulfate of lead, barium and calcium to form solution of their salt. Like lead का कोई भी salt ले लें, react करेगा sulfuric acid के साथ, तो it will precipitate in the form of sulfate, lead sulfate, barium sulfate. All right, so these reactions are very simple, like Pb plus 2 NO3 minus, H plus and SO4 minus 2. So Pb is going to react with SO4, PbSO4, NH is going to react with NO3, HNO3, Ba plus 2 and Cl minus, H plus and SO4 minus 2. So Ba is going to react with SO4 forming BaSO4, right? And H is going to react with Cl forming HCl. All right, so यहाँ पर ये सल्फेट के क्या बन जाएंगे? प्रेसिपिटेट. All right, use of sulfuric acid. अच्छा, firstly see difference between dilute. So dilute, it ionize because it has water, but it doesn't ionize and it is weak. It is strong electrolyte, weak, ionize. कैसे decide होगा? The presence of hydrogen ion, hydronium ion concentration. The more the amount of hydronium ion concentration, more will be the strongest acid. Less amount of the concentration of hydronium ion, less will be the acid. Concentrated acid will have only acid, right? Very less amount of water, so very less amount of hydronium ion. If it is pure, so no hydronium ion will be there. Free hydronium ion will not be there. So it is weak electrolyte, weak acid. All right. It cannot act as a oxidizing agent. Who? Dilute acid. But concentrated acid act as a oxidizing agent. Dilute sulfuric acid cannot be used as a drying or dehydrating agent, but it can act. Now, use of sulfuric acid. It is used in a preparation of so many chemical compounds. Used in a metallurgy, lead accumulators, oil refining, for the formation of fertilizer, dyes, explosive, acids, and so many compounds. Next, test for sulfuric acid. How can you test the sulfuric acid? So concentrated sulfuric acid can on heating with copper evolve sulfur dioxide, and that sulfur dioxide can turn acidified potassium dichromate solution green, right? One of the test. Concentrated sulfuric acid on heating with NaCl release which gas? HCl, and HCl give dense white fumes with ammonia, right? Barium chloride solution is added to sulfuric acid or any soluble metal sulfate. Any soluble metal or any soluble metal sulfate, white precipitate of barium sulfate is formed. White precipitate of barium sulfate is formed. The white precipitate of barium sulfate is insoluble in any mineral acid like HCl and HNO3. All right. This is very important note. Read it. Precipitate of both barium sulfate and barium sulfite are white in color, but barium sulfite precipitate dissolve in mineral acid, and barium sulfate precipitate doesn't dissolve in any mineral acid. This is all for the chapter 11.